Hey, what's going on? I'm Robert. This is Kyra, and we are evenly yoked. You have anything you want to say? Why?
Well, you already said my name.
You don't want to start off with nothing.
No, you already said
All
my
right,
name.
so I'll start off with something. Okay, first things first is I seen a meme on Facebook earlier today. I thought it was pretty funny, and it was from your man Kevin Samuels. I assume it's from him. Somebody just wrote his name down in the post, so I'm not 100% sure if it was him or not. But I thought it was interesting nonetheless. And it went a little something like, what was it? Saying if you were
a man who marries
like if you marry another
a single mother.
Oh yeah, if you marry a single mother, it's like paying off another man's loans.
Paying off another man's loans.
It's like paying off another man's loans. So that was hilarious to me. But what do you think about that, woman?
I'm sorry, I said it. Despicable.
What's despicable about that?
Hey, to each his own. Kevin Samuels is for someone.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like I said, it's despicable.
Why?
Because children are not, if you look at loans, debts, investments, money, children are an investment. So you should feel like you're inheriting an investment. When you marry that woman, you marry her children. And that should be a positive thing for you. For you to say that. The other man shouldn't have anything to do with it.
I didn't say that. Kevin Samuels apparently said that.
When he says that, what? I'm sorry.
I know, I just think it's funny. Like, you don't see no logic in what he's saying at all?
You see logic in what he's saying, though.
I'm asking you, do you?
No.
So you don't see no logic?
No.
In that if you are paying for...
Not.
If you are paying for another man's children, then that would make you it's like you paying off a loan that belonged to somebody else. Like that guy not paying.
But who said that the other father isn't? The children are just blessed with,
I can tell you right now that if I, let's say for instance, I get another person's car, but I'm not allowed to drive the car or nothing like that, I'm not paying for that, and I'm not signing on to help you pay for it.
But you are. The children...
I would do that? You would do that?
But the children are now in his care as well.
So would you do that?
If I wasn't driving the car, no.
Yeah, you're not driving the car.
But hold on, yes you are. The kids, they come into the home with their mother and their new stepfather, their new father. They get two fathers. And if he gets remarried, two mothers.
Mm-hmm. I think in an ideal world that makes sense. I think that it should be viewed that way in an ideal world, but idealistically that doesn't always exist. So a lot of times people are not paying their fair share on one end or the other, and then let's say for instance it's a stepfather that come in and he's paying for the whole bill. Mm-hmm. He's the one that's at all the games.
Why do we keep seeing these kids as bills?
Are you listening to what I'm saying? I'm not just saying it. Because for the fact of the matter is kids are bills.
They do cost. Lord knows they cost.
You don't see all the food.
Got three.
All this food our kids eat up.
Yeah, we got 3 of them. Yeah.
So if I
they cost.
What if I married you and if you had 2-3 kids already, then that would double the bill of what we got to pay right now.
True.
Right?
That would double the bill.
I would have to work twice as hard in order to make the same type of living as I would just for my children. Yes.
Right, but this is
just for my children before you.
This is my thing. A good man, a real man, an upstanding man. Maybe not a Kevin Samuels man. One of those kind of men would know that every child deserves a good man in their life. That feels that they want to pour into them, and they want to be there for them. So if a dad is not there, they should want to step up to be that and fill that void. And yeah, it is more demanding, but the reward is so valuable in the end and in the long run.
It can be.
Then
I think
if
it depends.
You do it right.
I think it depends on the mother and the child, because a lot of times it's not more rewarding for a lot of people. Like for instance, let's say for instance you got married to a woman, right? Let's say she has a child already, yes?
Okay.
And let's say she say, I don't want you whooping my child.
Okay. Well, that's. I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of factors.
You don't get to treat that child.
Blending families.
You don't get to treat that child like it's yours. So if it's a situation where you don't get to treat that child like it's yours, then by no means should you be paying for him like he's yours. I'd have said, hey man, whenever it come up, since I can't give you no whooping or nothing, and you want a birthday cake, go ask your daddy.
Really? Come on, that's petty.
Go ask your daddy.
That's
Go ask
petty.
your daddy, because if I can't whoop you, then it ain't happening.
Well, that's between you and the mama, and that means that the
like
parents,
that ain't gonna be worth it in the end.
The mama and the new man have to.
And then if you can't whoop the child, let's say y'all split up, you damn sure ain't gonna be able to. You ain't gonna be able to see the child when you want to.
Right, but
you ain't gonna be able to get no kind of custody of the child because the child don't belong to you.
Right, but this is the thing.
No, if you split, answer the question. Are you gonna be able to see the child like you want to see him, like you would if it was yours?
Yes, sometimes you can, but no, not being in the home with them. No, it's not the same.
Nope. You don't got no custodial right.
Who don't? You can.
As a stepfather, you don't. You don't got no custodial. You don't have no custodial right.
Oh, okay. If the stepfather.
If they split and you got attached to the child because you've been paying for him for 10, 15 years.
Right.
You've been paying for him. You've been the one at his games. His daddy locked up, whatever.
But who's to stop? Like I know of stepdads that they're no longer with the mother, but they're still like, yo, this is my child.
I know
like
plenty.
I know
plenty of people that's that way as well. But what I'm trying to say is, if that mother, I'm not just talking about case by case scenario. I'm talking about in a broader scope. What if the mother don't want to do that?
Well, if she don't want to do that, that means.
I mean, he has no right to the child he's been nurturing for 10, 15 years.
I mean, I think it's a case-by-case scenario.
I don't think that's a fair case-by-case scenario.
I don't think it's in the broader scope that happens so often that, like a woman will be like, hey, you've been in my kid's life this long. You're not their real daddy.
It's a broad scope of women that be high or that be trying to keep the father from their children, are the ones that actually is the father.
But
so if they're not even the daddy, they're not trying to see that baby.
But is that actual?
They're not trying to let them see that baby.
Or is that actual baby daddy being a true father? Because this is the thing, you shouldn't. All the time, if a man is just going to come in and go out, or a woman, I'd rather not have my child even know of you. But
that's not what's happening. What are you talking about?
Well,
this man is marrying you, and he's been with you for 10, 15 years, then you split.
But you said women, you said they don't even allow the children to be around.
A lot of them
father.
don't, no.
But I think that's a case-by-case.
That's a story you hear every day.
I think that's a case-by-case scenario.
It's a case-by-case scenario that I hear every day. I go into work and I hear people talk about their baby mama trying to keep that baby from them all the time.
Right, and we hear a lot of time where the baby daddy ain't no good.
Right, so in the same situation where the baby daddy ain't no good, right? And then you go get another man to pay for that baby.
Right.
What's that like? Paying off another man's loan who ain't no good.
But why are you worried about the other man? You're with the woman and the child. Your mind should not be nowhere on that man. If your mind is on that man, go be with that man.
I told you why your mind should be on that, because again, like, let's say for instance, they split up, them same people.
Well, then you don't need to be with that woman. You don't need to be with that woman.
I agree. Me personally, I don't think nobody should do that. But I do understand, and the same when people do.
No, your mind's not in the right place, because that's what comes with it. And you don't need to be with her.
I think we've covered the topic of whether or not you should be with somebody who has kids already before. I think we've talked about that before, but just to reiterate my point on that, I do think that it's a commendable thing for a man to come into a child that don't belong to him's life and raise them up. And ultimately, right. I think that that's a good thing. But right. I do see the point that he's trying to make. I get it. Nope, it's just like if you mention Kevin Samuels' name at all, it's like conversation over. You mention Kevin Samuels' name to a woman at all, conversation is over. No, I can't. No.
Your eyes are bugging.
That's what your eyes look like when you saw that meme. No. Despicable.
Who who was it? Anthony O'Neill said that they call him the Kevin Samuels of finance or something.
Dating.
Yeah, or finance or something.
Why?
Like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Why? Because people don't want him to spend more than
Because
$50 on a date.
Yeah, they say he be saying, yeah.
I think that's crazy, but you know what? We'll do it.